Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to another explainer where we decode the exact mechanics behind what keeps our eyes literally glued to the screen. Today, we're looking at the anatomy of a viral video, unpacking the prompt. But instead of just watching one, we're actually unpacking the exact 60-second storyboard prompt used to generate it. We're going to see exactly how a creator commands AI or a production crew to build a super engaging story second by second.
The very first scene dictates a giant text overlay reading $1 versus $100,000 vacation challenge. Right out of the gate, this precise instruction perfectly sets up the ultimate challenge we're analyzing today. It instantly hooks your attention by throwing the premise right in your face. There's absolutely no ambiguity here. You know exactly what the stakes are from the very first frame.
So, let's break down the two extremes of this challenge, starting with the number one. Just one single dollar bill. Imagine the stark, kind of gritty reality of standing in a bustling, overwhelming airport with literally nothing but $1 to your name. The prompt sets up this extreme limitation immediately, grounding the narrative in a raw, almost impossible struggle that makes you wonder, how is this person even going to survive?
And instantly, we contrast that with a cool $100,000. The source material describes the second traveler standing right side by side with the first, but holding a briefcase absolutely filled with cash. It's this expansive, luxurious concept that establishes the massive financial disparities central to the whole narrative. Two people, exact same starting line, wildly different realities.
And this brilliantly illustrates the overall structure of our prompt. We have a literal masterclass in 60-second pacing. 0 to 10 seconds is our setup, 10 to 30 seconds covers transit and food, 30 to 50 handles lodging and play, and finally, 50 to 60 seconds delivers the verdict. It's an incredibly tight pacing blueprint. Just a great reminder that we're analyzing the precise mechanics of a fast-paced micro video that's designed not to waste a single second of your attention.
Section 1. The ultimate challenge begins.
To make this opening work, the prompt doesn't just ask for an airport. No, it demands specific engineering. Cinematic lighting, a dramatic camera zoom, a viral YouTube challenge atmosphere, ultra-realistic, and 4K high energy. These specific cinematic keywords are engineered right into the prompt to drive high retention and visual engagement from second zero. It's a calculated formula totally designed to stop you from scrolling right past.
Section 2. Transit. Bus versus jet. They have their budgets, but how are they actually going to travel? Well, the prompt creates a visceral comparison to answer that. For the budget traveler, we get an old, crowded bus, sweating under the hot sun, carrying a small backpack. You can almost feel the heat and the physical struggle, right? But contrast that directly with the luxury traveler, boarding a private jet with a pristine luxury interior with flight attendants actively welcoming him. This jump forces you to experience these two wildly different realities, really highlighting that sweaty, cramped reality against absolute pristine comfort. But here is the secret sauce for making all of this work. The prompt explicitly calls for a realistic travel vlog style. And why? Because this specific instruction ensures the extreme cinematic contrast still feels relatable. It grounds both the extravagant wealth and the gritty budget in a format that's native to platforms like YouTube or TikTok. It feels like real people recording their real lives on their phones, which just builds immediate trust and engagement with us, the audience.
Section 3. Dining and sleeping extremes. So, he's survived the crowded bus, but where is he actually going to eat and sleep tonight?
For dinner, our budget traveler is eating a cheap instant noodle meal on a park bench. Interestingly, the prompt notes he looks amazed but happy. Contrast this with the luxury traveler, who is enjoying a gourmet dinner at a 5-star rooftop restaurant. The prompt explicitly demands ultra-realistic food details and a dramatic sunset over the city skyline, so the sensory details are absolutely maximized for both extremes of the dining experience. Transitioning to lodging, we see a tiny budget hostel room with bunk beds. Compare this immediately to a massive presidential suite, complete with an ocean view, marble floors, and a private pool. Now, what's really interesting here is the prompt deliberately calls for a cinematic reveal shot for the luxury suite. It's completely designed to create a stark visual shock, contrasting those cramped, realistic bunk beds directly with sweeping, expansive marble floors.
Section 4. Finding joy in activities. This is where the prompt takes a really fascinating psychological shift. Our $1 traveler is exploring a local beach, enjoying simple moments, collecting seashells, taking photos. There's genuine, simple happiness there.
Juxtapose that against the luxury traveler who's riding a private yacht through crystal clear water with a vibrant tropical atmosphere. The prompt focuses on luxury lifestyle visuals, but intentionally highlights that both travelers are finding joy, just in completely different ways.
To capture the massive scale of that yacht experience, the prompt specifically dictates drone footage. This specific cinematic cue is used to create a massive sense of scale and awe for the $100,000 experience. It kind of pulls you out of the intimate vlog style for just a moment to showcase sheer, unadulterated wealth right from the sky.
Section 5. The final sunset verdict.
So how does this tension resolve? Well, both travelers finally meet at sunset on a beautiful beach, smiling and sharing their experiences. The paths violently converge back together at the end of the 60 seconds. The prompt explicitly calls for an emotional ending, and that is absolutely crucial, because despite the extreme financial differences we've witnessed over the last 50 seconds, the human connection is what actually anchors the story. It proves that the shared experience of travel, whether funded by a single dollar or a giant briefcase of cash, is the ultimate takeaway.
To seal this emotional ending, the prompt layers in some final generation mechanics. Cinematic golden hour lighting, a dramatic drone pullback shot, ultra-realistic texturing, all wrapped up in a viral YouTube short style in 4K HDR. These keywords act as the ultimate blueprint for visual storytelling, making sure the explainer ends on an absolute visual high note that practically begs to be liked, saved, and shared.
Which brings us to the very end. The prompt instructs the generator to put giant text on the screen asking, which vacation would you choose? So the crucial point here is that this isn't just a passive experience. It demands an answer. It leaves you, the viewer, with a provocative thought about value, engagement, and your own personal choice. Would you take the raw, grounded adventure or the pristine, curated luxury? It's the perfect hook to drive comments and interaction, completing the anatomy of a truly viral visual narrative. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I honestly can't wait to hear which one you'd choose.